What's going on, Ataka Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343. And the reason why I'm actually doing this live stream today is because basically there's been this huge debacle between two, two, count two, what do I want to say there? Two YouTubers. Hang on, I got a guest on. Alrighty. Hold on. Hang on a second. Alright. Add stream.
Hello.
Hey.
You sent the link to Lou, right?
What's up?
You sent the link to Lou, right?
Oh, crap. Could you do that for me, please? I totally forgot about that. I mean, basically, I've just, trying to get everything set up and just, I mean, I really want to have this conversation with you guys, and it's just freaking ridiculous. So, I mean, basically, I would appreciate it, and I'll actually be sure to add him onto the stream here, if you know.
Well, I
if
just
you can actually be able to.
I just sent him the link. It's up to him to choose to click it.
Okay. Well, basically, But right now, I'm just actually a little just flabbergasted that this whole freaking debacle between Woohoo Lad and Hero Hey is just going freaking ridiculous.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. Nobody ever does any like actual research or anything. It's just freaking mind-boggling.
Hey, I tried to do Google search before I say anything. Because I know how easy it is to look like an idiot because a simple Google search could fix everything.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. You see, ever since, the VTuber community started going off, you actually have like all these like toxic fans and stuff trying to push like this narrative that, basically VTubers are like the greater evil, and people try cashing in on it, for the popularity and stuff. And people are actually just pushing like, freaking what I want to say there. Like, cashing in, just pushing political agendas and stuff like that. That's not what VTubers do.
If I remember correctly, VTubers are the ones where they use the animated avatars.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, basically.
Go
ahead.
I decided to. She doesn't speak English, but I decided to follow her because I found it ridiculous. People were being mean to her. But she's the one that made that meme with Ikum Bokum.
Oh, that's Inugami Korone.
Yeah, I can't understand her, but I decided to follow her as a thing of fuck you. She can do what she wants. As long as she's not making her character nude or something, breaking rules, she is allowed to use that, damn it.
Exactly. And here's the thing, that's also another person I want to bring up. Another VTuber that I really enjoy, and she actually does that kind of stuff, is Project Melody. I mean, basically, people were actually giving her grief for actually, using a freaking adult cam avatar for like, some like sexual images, and basically they're saying it's actually promoting kids and stuff like that when she's actually trying to entertain adults. I mean, basically, this is a crazy world we live in, and basically, I do like Project Mel. I mean, I even like like other like VTubers like Rinasobi. She's actually a really great one, and she actually does like her streams in both English and in Japanese. So she's actually Japanese American, and she actually was another Hang on a second, I got another guest. Hang on, and
hello,
yo, Lewis, what's up?
Nothing much.
I've actually told Lewis about this already, but just so we have a little bit of funny, I failed my con save throws in the campaign I'm part of last night, so now my character's a vampire now.
Ah.
Which sucks because her great axe has radiance, and that usually hurts the undead. So just imagine her going through the transformation while holding something with radiance. Now her hands are burning. Oh no, I think I killed him. I think I killed him. Oh no.
Hang on a second. I just actually had to turn off my my Wi-Fi so that way I could get a little better signal.
Yeah.
Because Discord's so wonky sometimes, whenever the DM for whatever campaign we're doing cuts out, we go, oh no, we killed God.
Oh god, that's a good one. Oh
Definitely.
god, I'm sorry. I just actually had to freaking turn off my Wi-Fi so that way I could be able to understand people a little better. But so technical difficulties. So bear with me.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my friend Sin to do the drawing of Jasmine just holding this great axe with a look of I hurt more with my hands than my mouth right now because burning. What worse than teeth deciding to change?
Ooh.
Yeesh.
Basically, I
But
explained it's gonna have to be a thing of she either puts the great axe in a bank vault until her younger brother has kids that can take it, or she has to trade it for a different great axe.
I
Mm.
see.
Considering
Anything
it's
you want to add there, Lewis?
Oh, that's like the paraphrasing. That's one. The paraphrase. But also that's kind of cool. Like definitely, it's definitely cool. Um,
like your hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Definite.
It's My
Love the
Hero
hat.
Academia, and here's the thing. That's another thing that really pisses me off, like how toxic fandoms can be. Like don't even get me started on the shippers. Okay, that shit is just freaking just messed up, like on so many levels.
Oh, believe
It's
me, if nothing else, I still like the show Steven Universe, but I
Yeah.
lost respect for a lot of people in the fandom when they drove a 15-year-old artist to attempt suicide just because she happened to draw Rose Quartz skinny. Joke's on them though. Turns out Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond, who was a skinny bitch.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So
Like
technically, she pretty much drew Rose in her correct body shape.
true.
so true.
Sorry, I just get upset with that because even the Crooniverse, which is what the crew of the show is called, said, "Look, it's not going to affect canon of the show. Let her draw Rose the way she wants to." And they attacked the Crooniverse saying, "Oh, you're fat shaming." It's like, no, it's called. It's not going to affect goddamn canon, especially since gems tend to keep the same body type more or less with every form.
Exactly. But you
And
see, yeah, go ahead.
like it's crazy how bad the fandom can get. Like seriously, I have been on the platform since day one, and it is very very toxic. Like some some fandoms are easy to go by. Like you can basically just walk into the fandom and they're welcoming, and then there's that fandom that you have to wait literally like a few weeks for, or even a few days at best, for them to go hog wild on you.
Ignoring, unfortunately, a couple bad examples in the My Little Pony fandom, the fandom was pretty much more or less welcoming. They even welcomed the Steven Universe fans who liked crossing over the shows with fan fictions and stuff. Meanwhile, the Steven Universe fandom's like, get that My Little Pony shit out of here!
Yeah, basically, this is why I actually don't like toxicity in any shape or form possible. Because basically, A, we need to actually be better than this, and
Yes.
B, it's actually just absolutely annoying that people are actually doing that crap.
I haven't been on it in a while, but I followed Crystal Gem Confessions, and before we knew what the body type for a topaz was, uh, a fan anonymous said that they had made an OC topaz who had a sword similar to the sword from Kill La Kill, you know, the scissor thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
And
scissor blade.
yeah, and that she would describe her topaz as looking kind of like Rarity from Equestria Girls, you know, the human version of the ponies.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people were like, I can't believe you like that garbage. How dare you? You should kill yourself. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's just messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people laughing at characters that were made before, you know, again, certain body types for a gym were known, because, like, example, someone drew someone drew a topaz as kind of being squat like Amethyst, you know, short and stuff. And then people saying, haha, that's not what a topaz looks like. And it's like, this was made before we even knew what a topaz was in the show. So stop being a dick. It's one thing if
Exactly.
it's one
Yep.
thing if they're still doing it after we know, but if it's before, you gotta forgive them because they didn't know at the time.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Basically, people just actually want to be toxic for the sake of toxicity. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, this is why, we need to gatekeep like our fandoms. I mean, I think it's better if we actually had it back to being a niche thing over like, having something as mainstream. But, people are always forcing their politics, they're always forcing, their gender identity, their sexual orientations and stuff like
Yes.
that. It's
Amen.
Yeah, but the problem
ridiculous.
is gatekeeping could be done the wrong way, because I mean, like I told you with the Steven Universe fandom, you basically would get hate if you also said, "Hey, I like My Little Pony too." Meanwhile, the My Little Pony fandom's like, "You like Steven Universe? Get your butt in here. We love you. We love you. You like this anime and want to cross it over? You come over. We love you." Because the whole thing with My Little Pony is love and tolerate, friendship, ship, and Steven Universe is supposed to be basically following the same thing, and yet everyone's like, "Oh, you like this? Well, we shun you from the fandom. Shun." Sorry.
That's just ridiculous. But
And you know
hey,
what's funny though? Like guys, like you know what's funny? Like out of everything that became like a fandom and actually combined with one another, the only fandom that I know of that actually has a good reputation is Doom and Animal
Oh,
and
I've seen
Animal
those.
Crossing.
I
oh
love the
god,
drawings with Isabel basically holding a gun. I love it.
Yeah, like their fandom is so much purer than any other fandom that I know right now. Like they don't like I went into the fandom and I expected them to shun me or basically disrespect me or anything like that, but it is just so wholesome. Like how is that possible? How?
beyond me. Hey, Anime Night just showed up, and he actually brought up a good point. I'll show it onto the screen here. It's hard to figure out whether when they're joking or being serious. Heck, half of the time, these jackasses just love to push politics at any given moment at the worst times. And that I totally agree there, Anime Night. I mean, basically, hands down, it is just absolutely just ridiculous.
This is true. I mean, lest we forget the whole Stardew thing and the hairstyles added to Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
if you actually don't. Or if you don't. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I wouldn't wear an afro on my character personally because I tend to, like the cute pigtails and stuff. But it's like, if it's my own personal damn game, I don't think it's anyone's business what hairstyle my character has.
Exactly.
True.
I mean, games are just meant to be played for entertainment, not pushing politics or any of this bullcrap that's actually going on in the world today. I mean, basically, everybody actually has to force their politics and their own views into certain entertainment, and quite frankly, I just find it completely disgusting, unnecessary, and just downright unacceptable.
I actually did, whether you want to call them space buns or afro puffs, I actually did a picture and I posted it on Twitter like, oh, I'm using the hairstyle. What are you going to do? Because it's like, you can't do nothing to me. I'm not swearing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking Twitter rules.
And basically, we're actually just being a country of apologetic people. I mean, basically, it's just ridiculous. I mean, what are we trying to be sorry for? Because we're actually hurting someone else's feelings or something like that? I mean, basically, it's just ridiculous.
Something that annoys me is Jinx is one of my favorite Pokemon, but we haven't seen her in the anime since Johto because some woman got to stick up her butt and assume that Jinx's appearance was based off blackface when it was actually based off a Japanese story. And I can understand back then, before the internet was a real big thing, possibly not upsetting people, but it goes back to my thing about a quick Google search. We can now know what Jinx is based off of and learn that she's not based off blackface.
And also, Anime Night actually posted something else here. It says, "We're here to have we're here to have fun and enjoy being fans. Yes, real life sucks. I get that, but politics should be left to the mainstream media, not Game Awards, not freaking BMOS, or hell, Anime Awards. Strictly news networks." And that I totally agree. I mean, basically,
we can blame the Oscars for that happening to other award shows. We can blame the Oscars for that. How many celebs have been like, blah 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 politics, blah blah blah. Thank you for the award that I could probably sell and give money to help with this thing I'm complaining about, but I'm gonna keep to prove that I'm a fucking great asshole.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Basically, these freaking companies actually just, and these award ceremonies are just nothing more than corporate circle jerks. Yes, exactly. And basically, all they're doing is they're just actually trying to push a narrative against people, thinking that we're the toxic ones. We actually should, we shouldn't actually enjoy what we want to enjoy without actually trying to push this whole freaking narrative.
Well, this is, as much as I don't like subs because it's like, if I wanted to read my anime, I'd buy the manga. But I've gotten into where I just do subs now because I'm so disillusioned with companies like Funimation that basically try to add shit. And I will not let that Dragon Maid thing go. I will not. If I ever see Jamie Marchi in real life, I'm going to scream, I don't watch anime to hear about your toxic SJ devil feminazi crap. Keep that out of my anime, or I swear I will send you a flaming bag of dog shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Freaking preach.
You
like,
want to add
honestly,
politics to your shit? You make your own show. You leave the anime out of it.
definite.
Exactly. And also another thing, I've actually talked about this in my last live stream, was about DJ Kirkland. I mean, if he and Lewis, I don't know if you might know about this, but you know how Viz Media actually allowed like somebody like DJ Kirkland onto their team because of his rhetoric against anime fans and stuff like that, and trying to say that that Japan is actually oppressing LGBT plus people like that, and they actually just let him on just like that. And they're
What
actually
the
now
fuck?
censoring manga as well.
What
Dang.
the
Good.
fuck? I mean, much like the 90s, rights for the LGBT community were just getting better. Wouldn't get completely good until around this time. But I remember Sailor Moon. The only homophobia I saw was when they made Uranus and Neptune cousins in the English
Dang.
dub. That was the only time I saw homophobia. And even as a kid, I'm like, if they're cousins, why are they acting like they'd be getting married? As a kid, I knew that this was wrong, and I still say this. If someone ever does a Sailor Moon abridge, they need to have Uranus and Neptune say, "We're from Alabama and cousins, and we love each other."
Oh, man.
Even play Sweet
God
Home
damn.
Alabama or a banjo.
Yeah, we need an abridge for that.
I just can't. Every time I think of a freaking I think of a friggin' banjo, I usually think of a Deliverance.
Yeah. They
The dueling
actually did,
banjos.
because I think
Yeah,
it was for
basically.
I Love the 70s, or it was I Love the 80s. I forget when the film came out and what show it was. But one of the guys for it said, if you hear run.
Yeah, yeah. Especially, that one part where, freaking guy actually has like, one of the dudes actually freaking stripped down and starts saying, "Squeal like a big boy." Oh God. I mean, that's the sound that these SJWs make nowadays. I mean, it's just.
Oh my God! Someone take that scene and put SJW on it now. Someone take that scene, please, and put SJW on it. If I had the money, I would pay for it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I would pay for it too. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have a shirt that says "Squeal like a pig, boy." And let's see how fast.
God.
Let's see how fast they would try to put their narrative if we went to a convention and we had that shirt on.
Oh
saying,
God, we would actually.
Yeah, they'll say no, we can't have that. It said, I'll say, hooray, we're on the same level as the anime face shirts.
The Ahega shirts.
Yep.
Oh, you mean the
Also,
one where they look like they're doing naughty things and their tongues
Yes.
are out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shirt.
I got something, guys. Be right with you.
Oh no, does he have one? Oh,
I bet he does. I bet he does.
Yeah, I do. In fact, put it on right now just to actually scare some of these bastards.
Yes. Going against the mold. Going against.
I would love to do a whole bodysuit of that particular thing and have a mask with one of the faces and just walk around and see how many people freak out.
There's actually a pajama. Dang, you got that.
Oh my God. Yeah, like I said, I actually have one. So basically, ta-da!
The only problem I have with that particular shirt is someone decided to get cute and take Eri from My Hero Academia and give her one of those faces. And I'm like,
Oh
she's
gosh,
6 years old. Why?
yeah, it is just that's actually a no for me. I mean, I have nothing against Lolicon as long as it's actually done with fiction, but there are certain lines you do not cross, and Eri is actually one of them. I mean,
True.
basically, that I just draw the line at that.
The only time I would accept a lolicon is if she's actually of age. Like you know how like a short individual that literally dresses young, but they're actually like 30, 20, like they're in their that even it still makes me laugh to this day how they say, "Oh yeah, like
Uzaki-chan.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
the
much."
Uzaki-chan bull crap. I mean, basically, the other day I got into a freaking spat with freaking Unseen Japan about his freaking bullshit, and it's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it turns out that I'm not the only person that actually has Ahegao shirts. In fact, Anime Night 1992 actually has one as well, and he said, "Tell them about mine." And basically, Anime Night. If you're still watching this, basically, why don't you actually try wearing one during one of your figure showcases, during the spicy ones that you're planning on doing that we've been talking.
I would buy one if it weren't for the fact that my sister-in-law monitors what I buy because she's in charge of my bank account. She's worried my father's gonna steal money from me. He never would, but she's paranoid. But if it weren't for the fact she monitors what I buy online, I'd buy one. But if I were to buy that, she'd be like, why are you buying that? Is there something you need to tell me? And it's like, it's just a joke thing, I swear. It's just a joke thing. It's nothing sexual. Anime fans just buy it because it's funny to watch people lose their fucking mind.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, basically, this is just art. It's freedom of expression. And basically, I've actually worn this out in public once, and oh my god. I actually had one woman come up to me, and she said that basically we were actually going to pick up my grandmother's van. I was wearing this once, and basically, she said that she had a daughter that wanted one of these types of shirts, but she actually said no about it. But I can understand because basically, you don't want to get that kind of attention, and hell, I just actually wear it because freedom of expression.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The SJWs don't realize that in most cases, things like Rising of the Shield Hero only becomes popular because they complain about it, and we're like, oh, what? What? Let me look at this. I'm curious now. And then we find out, hey, this is pretty good. I'm gonna watch more. And they don't realize they're just making it. They're just advertising pretty much because we're gonna be like, well, I want to see this now. I want to know what they're yelling about. And then we find out it's good, and then it turns out they're just upset that basically it's pointing out that women can lie about things like rape. Hell,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm tempted to get a picture of Malty and labeling it Amber Heard.
Or Monica Rial or Jimmy Markey. Also, there's actually a little thing. Okay, there's actually a little thing called the Streisand effect that these people don't understand. Basically, the more you try to actually, divert attention for something, the more attention you'll actually give it. Exactly. It's just like how Amber. It's like how Barbara Streisand actually tried doing something, and hold on, I got another guest as well. So, hey, Anime Night, what's up?
Good morning, everybody. I just woke the fuck up, so.
Oh god, it's his own shirt. Yeah. It's in color. Holy shit.
Yep.
Hey, gotta have a little clash,
I had 16. Yeah, I had 16 people. I had 16 people come at me for this shirt.
It's just a fucking shirt.
2 of them actually liked it, and the other 14 were probably saying I'm sexist and
oh no, we lost Lewis.
Oh no, we lost him. And saying I was sexist.
He should be coming back, hopefully. I mean, basically, he just needs to click the link again, and hopefully I'll let him back on if he actually comes up. So,
well,
let's just continue
the link so he has it.
Okay.
But in the Air 14, we're just like all kinds. It's just a mixed bag of bullshit, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. I just flipped them off. And I'm like, oh, these girls on here have all had orgasms way more times than you'll ever have on a Sunday. So be triggered now. Bye bye. Go away and go have anal sex in the bathroom with your boyfriend, please.
Oh. What the fuck did I just walk into?
And I walked off. I didn't give a fuck. That's how I felt.
The only way that could have been better is if you had a microphone to drop.
I wish I did though, and they were fuming. They were not happy with that. That a guy like me react really told them off.
I think they sell toy microphones. I think I'm gonna do that now. So if cons ever open up again, I can just walk around if someone tries
that reminds me. Be careful when you're out at cons, because I've been seeing videos lately of people filming other people wearing a Hago shirt. So if you see a video, you're more than welcome to file a DMCA because they don't have your permission.
Well,
the whole 9 yards.
Well, I'm trying to plan out a Jedi cosplay. That's why I got the child. Because people say that Anakin is an example of letting one's romantic feelings stray them to bad things. And I'm like, what if there was someone who had maternal feelings? So Jedi Mama.
That fucking argument. Oh my god, in heaven. We will never hear the end of it. We will never hear the end of the bullshit going on. For fuck's sake, people, Anakin fell to the dark side because Palpatine manipulated the fuck out of him through various ways and enticed Anakin with the power and everything in between. It's not that hard.
Yes, but Anakin did think his wife was gonna die, so let's be honest.
There's a really cool video that says the three faces. It says the three faces of Darth Vader. It's an interesting video, and it eerily ties into everything.
You can think of something else, get it, but sugar-free cocoa is all I want, Dad. Sorry, my dad's going to Walmart.
Oh, what's that, Trunks? You want to say hello? All right. Oh, here's Trunks.
Yeah. Oh, it's the other Trunks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Future.
I got him from Aki Bento.
I love double Artemis thing when it comes to that Trunks. I'm trying to warn you, man. I'm trying to warn you.
Yeah, that's where I got my my character's nickname and my go-to nickname, Froggy Elite.
Have y'all seen the ads for Wilkins Coffee? It started to get more traction thanks to Nostalgia Critics commercial things, as well as his review of the Muppets Christmas Carol. But that is basically Wilkins, as the character is called, is basically prototype Kermit. But
yeah.
But the thing that always happened in Wilkins coffee ads is if Wilkins, the other one, would say, no, I don't like Wilkins, Wilkins would kill him. So I just want to see a thing where Wilkins shows up saying, you want some Wilkins coffee? And Sal's like, fuck no. And Kermit's like, no, don't say no to Dad.
Oh, dear.
Basically, Wilkins would probably be like Endeavor in that he'd probably try to force Kermit to follow the ways of forcing Wilkins coffee on people.
Actually, I do have another hentai shirt, and it's an actual one. My roommates loved it and my sister loved it, and my roommate was like, "I cannot believe you went with the tentacle one." I'm like, "Hey, gotta start somewhere." And
You know
so
what's
I have
you know what's funny? The whole tentacle rape thing only happened because there was a law that says you can't show a man and a woman in Japanese culture in Japan doing the nasty. So people got creative and said, "Oh, what else looks phallic? A
exactly.
sausage? Let's use that. Tentacle? There we
And
go." And it's like,
and
congratulations, Japan, in an attempt to not show how sex works, you've you've ended up with people coming up with more fucked up stuff than actual sex.
precisely. Also, I did wear that one, and apparently we went to the mall. I was with my sister at the time. I got a shitload of high fives, at least 25 high fives. My fucking hand was hurting by the end.
Well, I
And I'm
mean,
like, can you guys, and the next person who high fived me, I'm like, can you do this one? My right one has been hit to death by awesome people.
Yeah, people that
as
love
And he
hentai.
did. But there was one person who ruined it, and I wanted to throw the. Uh, we were at the food court, and it was this. I have nothing against religious people. Don't get me wrong, but this
someone
lady
threw a
was
fit about it.
yes, and flashed the Bible in my face. I'm like, sir, we're in a public space, and at last I checked, you're supposed to be social distancing, and you're practically more than 6 feet away. You're practically less than 6 feet away from me.
SJWs and the religious seem to think that they are immune to the virus.
And I'm also like, sir, I'm also with my sister here, so please, can you back the fuck up a little bit? I can hear you from over there just fine. Just back the fuck up, jackass. Otherwise, I will smack you with the chair next to me if you don't back the fuck up.
I'm just imagining a guy screaming, "You need Jesus!"
Oh no!
That's
I
fun.
told him where he could stick all those little crosses and the thorns in the thorns on Jesus' head, right where it doesn't shine. So I was not
Oh.
apologizing. I said it unapologetically, and he stormed off. And he's like, "I will condemn you to hell." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go away, and go pray to a church altar while the priest is butt fucking you.
You know what I
Mm.
would have said if
Just
it
go
had been
do that."
you
Oh,
know
if
what
you make a porno video about it, that's even better.
you know what I
Mm.
would have said if it had been me in that situation? I'd have said, if you're gonna be in heaven, I'd prefer hell.
Yeah.
May as well. But yeah, it's so crazy how people get offended by shirts like these and the anime and just in general. It's I At first it was funny. At the beginning of all this bullshit, it was laughable. We all sat there and laughed at them because of how it's hurt their feelings because a droid is a lot more hotter than I am. Oh my goodness, I have such inferiority complex. That's all it boils down to. At the end of the day, it's inferiority complex. People have ugly cases of it, and we've seen it in the last 4 years. Thank you, inferiority complex, for bringing the ugly out of people, because you proved it time and time again. That's the issue.
Look,
Not because they're triggered, because they don't like their self-image. So they have to bitch just to feel better about themselves. And it's a sad reality. It's a sad thing. They can't love themselves. So they have to hate on people like us to make them feel better
And
when in reality
sometimes,
they can't.
look, I'm a big girl. I am a big girl. I've been a big girl since 3rd grade. I'm trying to lose weight for my health. But it's like, I'm not going to hold it against someone who's like, look, I'd rather a girl who's in shape or skinny. Because it's like, everyone has their type. Yeah, I
Yes,
know
we
there are
all
people
do.
who would like big girls like me. Like me.
I'm
Oh,
one.
so what
I'm
happened?
one.
What happened to people living their lives happily? If you're
Yep.
happy with yourself, that's fine.
Hmm.
Congratulations. Now
Yep.
go do better. Now go happy. Now go be happy with your life. Just go enjoy
Yep.
life. God damn it.
Yep. Pretty much. And all I have to say is,
Yeah.
from every single New Yorker out there, fat girls need fat
Homo,
girls need love
homo,
too. Just
They
daddy's.
just
saying.
have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Frog, go ahead. Go ahead, man. You're good.
Oh, like, I feel like fat girls need love too. Like, cause people say, oh, this is skinny or this is thick, but like I feel like everybody needs like the same amount of love as the next person over. Like looks, like because basically I feel like we're all gonna look like old people in the end. Basically, we all was born the same way. We all had a similar face, and then we're basically all gonna look all pruny and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we are all people. We all bleed the same, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Where like even with the SGWs, people idolize celebrities way too much.
Yeah, just look at Hollywood and the Kardashians and all that bullshit.
Like,
I miss the classic celebrities who had a lot more class than they did. That's where I draw my line at.
Yeah,
like
I'm pissed
I mean, it's
with what's
okay
happening
to
with Johnny Depp.
like to have like favorite. I mean, it's okay to have favorite celebrities, but Jesus fucking Christ, don't make an altar of them. Ugh.
mhm.
Thinking back to that altar I saw out of One Direction at the time. Oh my God in heaven, help me! I had to literally drink a whole bottle of whiskey just to fucking forget it. I got blacked out drunk, woke up hungover the next day, and I'm like, the hell? What did I get hammered over?
Look, I admire Johnny Depp. I've been a fan of his since the 90s when I saw him in Edward Scissorhands. But I'm not going to be like, if I met him, like, I would do things to you. Because it's like,
No.
Oh God,
no, he's a
if
really
I
good
had
guy.
people like that, I'd be like, yeah, you see that person next to me or the people behind me? They're my bodyguards. All I have to do is say, kill him, and they'll attack you. So
Hmm.
please, I appreciate the fact that you're a fan, but don't be too creepy with it. I've had enough of that for one day, please. And leave the creep
Yeah,
factor with me.
yeah.
I'm,
I had to literally deal with that. I think yesterday or a few days ago, with one of the problems in society, which is initials BT.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
underdog
yes.
BT. Don't get me started on him because basically that guy just does not get the hint that basically Monica is not in love with him.
Hmm.
She doesn't even care about him. She's just using him as a freaking
He
pawn in her
is.
little sadistic game of his.
the
You know what?
the
You
fact
know what he is?
the fact that he wants to do things that Vic is accused of doing to her very much worries me, because even if Monica is a bitch for what she did, I would not wish that kind of thing on my worst enemies.
Nope.
No.
Actually, BT is the male version of Nancy Pelosi. Go look at the comparison. It's really,
Ugh,
really scary and really, really sad when you really think
please don't
about
put
it.
thoughts in my head. I don't need that. I do not need that.
Mm. Mm-mm.
I
But
really
you
wish
know,
I was.
but it shows that I'm right because that's the compare. That's like the best comparison I came up with because it's so obvious. BT's obsessed with this whole thing. Nancy Pelosi is obsessed with getting rid of Trump. It fits.
I
It makes
really
the
wish.
perfect sense, and that's scary.
I really wish I wasn't blocked by Jamie Marchi, but I implied she was a whore whore and that she shouldn't throw stones if she lives in a glass house, and that was it. I said people who live in glass whorehouses shouldn't throw stones and block. But I wish I wasn't, just so I could say, "Are you related to Trump? Because you're acting like Trump," just to see if her head would explode.
Oh,
Actually, someone should do that. Nancy Pelosi BT comparison. Watch BT's head explode. He hasn't been. He hasn't been. His head will explode. I can guarantee that. He will be so fucking upset. He'll probably do a long rant about it. Like, okay, who is the jackass that came up with that comparison? I would love to dox the person and make sure that their life is forever wrecked. Because
You know
how
what?
dare they mock me?
You know what? He blocked me, so I blocked him back. So if you'll, I just need to get a picture to do a side by side thing of Nancy Pelosi. But I will
Google it.
But I
Google
will
it.
do that. I will post it. Y'all can screenshot it just to make sure he can see it. Just make sure to block out my name because I don't want him using different accounts just so he can complain to me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like,
Oh,
trust
trust
me.
me, people love complaining.
Yep.
And
I
trust
think
me.
I think they complain to complain. They don't really give a shit about the context. And that's what's sad. People just jump right into it. Meanwhile, smart people like us, we read what's going on and then decide whether or not to
we
even
want to
engage.
argue
Yeah.
because I've gotten into where
If more people did that, the whole world would be a hell of a lot better and we could have more arguments on common levels. But no,
well,
we're not going to get that because these leftist loons just love to ruin it for everybody.
I've gotten into
Pretty
where I
much.
read a comment and I'm like, yeah, you're not worth the energy. I'm just gonna block you and save myself the headache. I'll still argue with someone from time to time, but most times it's like, you're not even worth the headache.
yeah.
Oh,
I usually just actually pick fights with someone, and then either they block my ass or I block them just to save myself a few brain cells.
Yeah, pretty much. And
But
like the thing that I wish I could do is the Franklin meme that has been going on for like I think a few weeks now.
oh,
I wish I could
they released a new one.
I wish I could do that for BT where he instead of Franklin it's BT and I'm just cursing him out.
If you're actually
Well,
thinking more, oh god, that would be awesome. Man,
Yeah.
one of my favorite.
did Koneko's hubby do that, Mr. Anime? I know he did.
Yeah, it's actually, but his YouTube name is J Senpai X4, and
Yeah,
basically, yeah, J
He
Senpai
did
actually
that
did that, and
recently. So it's quite possible to do it. I mean,
yeah,
if he can do it, I'm pretty sure anyone else can.
oh yeah, I've dubbed Ron Toye Ron the Delusional because he's now saying there's
Oh, the
300
abusive
women.
ass clown.
He's now saying there's 300 women accusing Vic. And I'm just here like, where's the 30 fucking police reports thing? Because 1 in 10 women will report their abuser. And by your logic, there should be 30. Even though I have to
Yep.
question, even if Vic is hot and stuff, how the hell does he have the stamina to do it to 300 women?
right.
You have to be
Yeah.
Jesus Christ in order to do that.
Well,
And
considering they
behold,
make fun of him for being Christian, I wouldn't be surprised if they say he hangs out with Jesus, so Jesus gives him the energy.
yeah, I gotta believe that they would say something like that. They'll say that, oh, he's hanging
I
out with
wouldn't put
Jesus.
it past him. That would not surprise me if somebody just posted that and I'd be like, oh, look at that. It actually fucking happened. Hooray.
You guys keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
And
Okay.
I just put if that happened, I would just put a prophet with my Twitter name on it. And I'd say, I am a prophet because I predicted this shit. Come to
Mhm.
think of it, I've predicted several things that have happened, and it's like, God
Same.
damn it! It's either so obvious it's gonna happen, or I really am a prophet.
Yep.
Anyways,
Exactly. But 2021 is still, we're only, well, we're almost out of the first month, and already it's already gone to shit even further, because we were all ready for a new year and
Yep.
hopefully some normalcy and some,
well,
at least some more level-headedness. But no, we've had
considering
all this
No.
shit happen
considering the
in
past few
first
years,
week.
we haven't been able to get into a week before shit happens. It's gotten to where I'm like, just give me a week. Just a
Mhm.
week. That's all I ask.
Precisely. And the sad thing is, it's like I look back at past Comic Cons and everything, and I'm like, can I go back to that time period right there? Can I just go back to that year and just relive it for the rest of my life? I'll be
Mhm.
happy. Like
Not for the
wake
rest
up
of your
one
life.
day,
Like,
it's like
Can
like
I
wake
go
up one
back to
day.
when Monica was actually a pleasant person and not a bitch? Can I go back to
yeah,
that time when I got her
and
signature and she told me that one of my voices that I showed her would actually work in an anime? Can I go back to that and not be disillusioned at the idea of ever trying to be a voice actor?
and also Jamie Markey when she was literally stripping for a penguin.
Wait, wasn't that Amanda Wynn?
I think
Was it
so,
that
but
Amanda, or was that Jamie?
I thought it was Amanda Wynn
No,
Lee.
Amanda. No, no, no. Amanda stripped for a child, I believe, at the time. That's why I heard. I think it was either a child or a teenager, one of the two. She stripped for somebody at that time.
but
It's somewhere in the ever history of Twitter. It's somewhere.
yeah, it was
Probably
Jamie because
buried. It's probably buried like further now than I remembered when I first read it. I was like, okay, then this is news to
No,
me.
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I did a quick Google search. It was Amanda Wynn Lee dancing with the penguin.
oh, it was oh
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I won't deny she didn't do something heinous as stripping for a child, because considering how she embarrassed her son, she made a masturbation joke with lotion.
Oh
And
God.
it's like, that
shame.
is a good way for your
I bet it
son,
was
as
so
soon as he can
cringe.
escape you, to go no contact with you. That is a good way. So I hope you didn't love your son.
Mm,
I mean, if I wanted to make a joke like that, I would make it funny.
yeah.
Basically, she said, with me and my son, lotion is a very important commodity. And everyone's like, oh, damn, you just dropped a very big L.
Cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah,
Absolute cringe,
yeah.
man.
God, that was, oh my, I can't believe she said that. That is so cringy. How is, oh my God, I'll never look at lotion again. Thank you, Amanda, for doing that shit. Thank you.
That's why I said,
Where's
I
the
hope
fuck,
she doesn't love
where's
her
the
son.
fucking
Because if
desk
I,
so I can throw it at her? Be like, here,
Man,
what's on that?
man, if words could kill, I would have to put her into federal arrest right now. Like, nah, like that's just no.
unless
No.
her son is crazy like her, he's probably, once he's 18, going to be like, don't talk to me ever again. You've embarrassed me online. I don't love you. And I'm basically with the people who say Vic is innocent just to spite you for embarrassing me. Yes, it would be for
Mm,
spite, but it'd be nice to know that her own son turned against her when it comes to the Vic thing.
yeah.
That was actually a shocker because I have expected her son to be bandwagon hopping on the whole thing. But to my delight, at least he saw the bullshit and was like, Mom, I ain't gonna do this shit. You may be my mom and everything, But I draw the fucking line here.
Yeah. Once he's 18, I guarantee you he ain't coming back. He might struggle if
Mm.
Amanda was going to pay for college or something, but I think he'd rather struggle than have to deal with that bullshit anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's real funny though, like how much celebrities and also their own fans feel the need to think that they are right when in actuality they are 100 or even just 87% of the time wrong.
I also love how she got, much like Jamie Marchi making the school shooting joke, got
Oh
defended
god,
for that.
that was really, that post was so badly timed and really bad. I'm like, what if you're trying to kill your career further, Jamie? You're going about it the right way. And
But
I think that post got ratioed so badly. I'm amazed it didn't even make the news networks. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
To this
I
day.
I will never
yeah,
find that funny because my sister is a school teacher and my nieces and nephews are still in school. So that's not funny for me worrying about whether or not I'm going to turn on the local news and the school my sister works at is going to be on the news. I don't like worrying about that kind of stuff, and making a joke about it is a good way for me to throat punch you.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
and the
And
post that she made about the attack on Washington really was like no, just
Seriously, she was acting like Trump in that. Her head would explode if someone labeled a picture of Trump Jamie Marchi.
Oh,
oh.
ooh,
that is just
that needs to be done.
yeah. Basically,
That would probably go viral.
Hmm.
Nine times out of ten, it would probably go viral, given how how it's presented and everything. I think I think BT would have probably have a field day or have a heart attack. May God rest his soul. I mean, he's not dead yet, but I have my fingers crossed here. I have my fingers crossed the day he fucking dies.
Look,
Everybody's
I'm
gonna line
sorry.
up.
BT is that guy where I look at his actual photo and I'm like, why hasn't his heart exploded from cholesterol yet?
Yeah, like literally, like every single anime character that he puts up is like, you had to really just do that. You had to really put an anime picture for yourself. Like seriously.
And that's
But
the people who are
that's
attacking us.
Yeah, like
that
literally.
that's the reason why it's going to be a while before I can actually like Lock Rock, because of the fact BT used the character as his profile picture, and I can't look at the character without thinking of that bastard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dutch from Black Lagoon, because basically he was actually using Dutch as from Black Lagoon, and basically he was using that as his profile pic, and basically that
Yep.
really pissed me off because basically I like Dutch from Black Lagoon.
Same here. Like Dutch from Black Lagoon, he was the dude. He was that dude that says, Rock, you need to leave. He was trying to like Dutch was that dude. Like people try to underlook Dutch, but Dutch was like that best, in my opinion. He was top 10 black anime character position. He will always be that because
Oh,
Exactly. Because
yeah,
he
I
was like that dude that understood the situation. Like, Brock, you're gonna probably want to duck or run for cover because this is gonna get really messy.
Oh
yep.
yeah, I talked to Lewis about this a couple days ago on one of Luna's things, but I brought up the Mirko thing from My Hero Academia, where everyone complained about the voice actress they got for her English voice, saying, "I can't believe they didn't get a black woman," and a lot of people are like, "Well, she is black. Did you not see her picture?" And they're like, "Well, she doesn't sound black," and I'm like, she doesn't sound black. What does
Oh
black
my
sound
god.
to you? I want to know, because if I'm right, you're basically going off stereotypes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, look what happened to the guy who voiced Cleveland. It's like, okay, he's white, so fucking what? Same with Apu, same with Herbert the pervert. All
Yep.
these other characters. I mean now it's like, look, we're just here to we're just here to watch our favorite characters. We don't give a shit what race they are. We're here to watch and be entertained and enjoy the show.
Missy from Big Mouth. I'll give the woman they got to replace her. She's good at mimicking the voice from the previous voice actress. But people lost their fucking mind when they found out Missy's voice actress was white, even though Missy has a white mother.
Mm-hmm.
So
And she's
basically,
biracial.
Yep.
it shouldn't matter if her voice actress is white or black because technically either would work in her case.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Definite.
no, because Missy looks more like her father than her mother, it has to be a black woman.
Sadly, I
Mm.
totally regret watching freaking Big Mouth. Okay, I sat through a few episodes. I just want to freaking bleach my eyeballs out.
I
Uh,
don't blame my roommate watches it, but I'm just like, if you like it, have fun. I just left the room.
Look, I'll admit there's a couple jokes I laughed at, but most of the times because it's basically a thing of I want to be able to warn people that hey, if you have a delicate constitution, you might not want to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
This that if you don't want your kids watching stuff like this, you might not want to let them watch this. It's good if you want to explain purity to your kids, though. But
Hmm.
I mean, they made a joke with Maury the hormone monster saying, "Oh God, I hope not." I mean, maybe we could get away with it if it was animated. Basically, a reference to where you can see the children's genitalia.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Yeah, totally. I mean, basically, people are actually still railing against anime being saying it's actually Lolicon bait and just that's actually
But
pedophilia.
they ignore Big Mouth. But they ignore Big Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
absolutely. And how the fuck is Netflix still going despite what they pulled? I'd be
Yeah, with
more upset at I'd
yeah,
be more upset at that because that was very blatant. They
yeah,
just threw that film
they
together
gave it
in
an
your
award
face.
too. They literally gave the movie an award. Like,
Didn't the guy
why would
who
you?
ran the film festival turn out to be a child predator?
Yep.
Yeah, the Sun Fest. I think it's the Sundance Festival
Sundance?
or yeah, it's one of those. And I'm like, well, that's not suspicious at all. What
He got
made you
arrested for
guess?
he got arrested for child porn. And then
Oh, dude.
he was also one of the judges for the for that year when cuties was a thing. So I'm like, gee, I wonder how cuties won.
Yep.
I'll say this
And
till the day I die.
I've
This is
heard people,
basically a predator's wet dream. This movie.
and
Yeah.
apparently the FBI will. Apparently, I've been hearing. I don't know. It was rumor at the time, but I don't know if it's still true or not. Apparently, people who've watched it got put on the FBI watch list.
that's why I stay away from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'm like,
I don't want to
do I
get a
want to
visit
be on the
from
FBI watch list? No, thank you. I have enough issues with the CIA and the little bastards over there at the IRS. So I do not want one more. I do not want one more agency after me. I've had enough. I have enough people
Mm-hmm.
pissed off with me
And
as is.
then the people defending it saying, "Oh, well this is to show how it's bad." And I'm like, "You're still having girls dressed like hookers pretty much."
Yeah, and dancing like hookers too.
I mean, this was my problem. This was one of my problems with the Powerpuff Girls reboot, where they had Blossom and Bubbles twerking with a drugged out panda. They're
Oh
I
6
felt
my
like I
years
was
god.
old.
I felt like I
Cannot
was on acid when that came out. I'm
Oh no, it
like,
got. Oh, trust me, it
canonically, the
got worse.
Powerpuff Girls are 6 years old. So you have two
Yep.
6-year-olds twerking, which is seen as a sexual dance move. So you're basically saying, watch out, boys who like young girls.
I'm glad I stopped. I'm glad I stopped watching it because after what they did, they got rid of Miss Bellum and so much
Yep.
other crap.
They got rid
I'm
of Miss
just
Yep.
like,
Bellum and
this is not
had
even.
Miss King get a double mastectomy.
Yeah, pretty
Because if
much.
you watch the original, she has tits, but in the
Yep.
reboot, she's flat chested. So they got double mastectomies for the woman. And I'm like, I'm sorry, women have tits, but you
Yep.
can't just do that because you're going to make girls think it's wrong to have tits. And
Pretty
we
much.
don't want that. If it's a little
Pretty
girl,
much.
fine. Yeah, don't give them tits. They're little girls. But if it's a grown ass woman, she needs to be able to show she is a grown ass woman.
Oh, trust me, I've seen something
Precisely.
like that before. Trust me, I've seen something like that before. Like one time in the anime community, and it was like a site, like I think it was called My Otaku or something like that. There
Why
was
does that
this.
sound so familiar?
Oh, it is.
That site is so familiar.
Oh, it is.
Wow, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I've
God
never heard of
damn,
that name, so I must have missed it.
Yeah, it's like
it's
it's a mix
frog.
of. It's yeah, pretty much. It's literally a mix of a dating site and a anime forum.
Oh,
Yep,
kind of like farmers.com.
Pretty much.
yep. Except it's a cheap ass horrible imitation of a dating place. It's
Yes, it
so
is.
bad. It made Tinder look way more appealing than that.
Oh,
Damn.
trust. Hmm.
It was that bad. And I'm
And it
like,
still is.
oh my god, why does this exist?
Yeah, oh, trust me, it still is. It still is that bad.
Well,
but
what's the
anyway,
thing?
but anyway, I ended up talking with an individual. Like, nobody has frustrated me so much. Where you could see the frustration lines, like in an anime, on my face. Like, and
I just
like
imagine.
don't like I was called. I never in my life had been called a beta male before, but that was the first time I was called one because like an individual, like I lived upstate. Like I never talked to individuals that were called they, him, or her, like switched and stuff like that. Like honestly, I swear to everything, I have never had to do something like that, so it was kind of new to me. And I tried to explain that, but she didn't want to hear that. And literally, she had like G cups. She had literally G cups,
Oh god.
and she changed her name to Toby. And the first thing that popped into my head was Tiki Toby from Creepypasta.
I would have thought Toby from Naruto.
Bingo. I second that
Yeah,
thought.
like, and the thing was, she named herself after the character from Creepypasta, and I was like, the first thing that I did, and I have no regrets for it, I ended up busting out laughing because the fact that for one, I was looking at like the character and looking at her, and I was like, I couldn't help myself. I was, but like you would see me on the floor busting out laughing, and my guts, my ribs, and my neck was sore from all that laugh. Like
And your
it
back
was,
too.
yeah, my back too. Like I was like, I can't. I said, I'm sorry, but I can't take that name seriously
You let me
because
guess, you fell over like Goku did when Trunks pointed it out that Bulma was his mother, kind of like that, right?
yeah, pretty much.
I
And
would have
all
done the same thing.
yeah, like, and I was called a beta male. I said, damn, like I'm like,
Beta male my ass.
yeah. She said she was going to like remove her breast. That was the I said, really? Why would you destroy something so beautiful that
I
God
can't
gave you?
imagine the
That
surgery scars. I
yeah, I
can't
can.
imagine
Well,
how.
I don't know for her if she was delusional and wanted to do cosmetic reasons, but when you have really big breasts, it takes a toll on your back because they're heavy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I
in
can
that
understand
case,
that.
if that was her reason, I could understand.
Like her
But if it's
reason was, it was the reason of she wanted to have like flat chest like an anime girl.
Oh dear God!
oh no,
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
she's
There
one
was
of the
that.
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That reminds me of the um.
oh god,
There
we're
were two
going into
girls,
human Barbie doll territory here.
which has happened actually. It's out there, and it is a real thing. I
Yeah,
am not joking at all. It
yeah.
is a real thing, and unfortunately, I couldn't. When I first saw it and heard of it, I'm like, please be a fucking joke. Just be a joke for
It
once.
ain't. It
It,
ain't.
No,
it,
no.
it was real in your face, right there, clear as day, with the little sign saying, "Yes, I am real," and you are seeing what's real. I didn't know whether to laugh or be terrified of what's to come.
I saw a story about a woman who got 2 ribs removed just so her waist would match Barbie better.
Oh,
Yeah,
How can
Junchi Into
how can
Junchi
people
Into
go
talked
through
about
that?
that. Yeah, Junchi Into made fun of that, and I appreciate the man for doing that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the thing with the woman playing a harp made from a rib bone.
yeah, I appreciate him for doing that because that's actually a real thing, and it's kind of a little bit stupid because people mess with their bodies, and it's mm,
Considering the rib cage is to, keep the important organs like the lungs and heart from getting fucked up, I don't know why you'd want to remove any ribs because you're just making it easier for your lungs to get fucked up.
And
pretty much.
basically, and if you got punched there, yeah, rupture, internal bleeding happens a lot quicker.
Hmm.
ugh.
Yep. Unfortunately, that has happened to an old enemy of mine back in the day. Not caused by me, caused by an old friend of mine who's no longer among us. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. And I never seen a human puke up as much blood as I did.
Eesh.
To this day, I'm just like, it still baffles my mind. To this day, it just baffles me.
I know you can't see my face, but I have that face from The Office where it's like, oh god.
Yep. It, and
Like
and
this.
keep in mind, he punched him very, very hard because
No, it's more the cringe face.
yeah, kind of like that basically. But I'm just like, congratulations. You punched him so hard, he's literally vomiting blood. And he was like, what? He was insulting you. I'm like, so? Every other nitwit like him was insulting me.
Yeah, but you don't kill them. Jail
Hmm.
time ain't worth someone just calling you a fat fuck or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only time you
No,
should
he
kill a
brought it,
man is if your life is in danger. And
Yeah,
being
pretty
called
which
much.
it
like a fat
was,
fuck or something is not your life in danger.
which it was, because the little twerp had a switchblade.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, yeah.
Never mind.
Yep.
I thought this was the
And
thing of he was
thankfully,
calling you pudgy or
thankfully,
something.
if it weren't for my friend being in, if it weren't for my friend, I would not be here right now. Because trust me, I've had a lot of fucking crazy people after me throughout my whole existence, and it's still happening. It's still happening even now. I'm just like, did I butt fuck a goat in the past to deserve this? I must have done something horrifying in a past life to deserve this.
Maybe you were Hitler in a past life.
Oh God in heaven, don't. No, oh my God, that'd be the worst. I'd be like, great. I'm Hitler reincarnated. Oh God, kill me, please.
Well, if you go with the Hindu belief, depending on how you act in your current life.
I feel so bad for the Hindu. I feel so bad for the Buddhists who have that symbol. I feel so horrible for them. They probably get blasted just for having it. When it's like,
Oh yeah,
guys,
people assuming it's a swastika without making sure it is a swastika.
Appointment for you for
yeah.
morning for evaluation, but I take it so they say you could call or talk to your father.
Those are the people I feel so bad for after all this time. It's still happening.
Well,
okay.
and the Hindus believe that how you act in your current life. So let's say you were basically a good person. You gave to the poor every chance you get. You you would get a good life in the next life. Like you'd be born into a rich family or something in your next life. But if you were a complete and utter asshole in your current life or past life, you get to have misery your next life as a punishment.
Oh my
I
God!
know one thing. I would love to be reincarnated as like the slime from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I would
love that too.
I'm like, yes, I like this. Big titty girls come my way. I don't have to worry about shit. I'm just loved.
Well, the
They look at
problem
me,
is
they're like, oh, it's so cute. And then
problem is I'd be
suffocate.
going after guys and girls because I am a woman who loves both tacos and sausage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did not expect that to come from you. I'm just saying.
Well, would you rather me say the actual terms for them?
Okay, good point. But if it was me, if I was reincarnated,
and at least I didn't just copy it verbatim from Big Mouth, where one of the characters says, I like tacos that used to be burritos.
Oh.
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 Yikes.
Yep.
Speaking of which, if you're all wondering where I got this hat from, I got this 2014 at a Renaissance Festival. My aunt bought it for me.
I thought
it's no face.
I know.
It's no face.
That's why it's surprising to me that it came from a Renaissance festival.
Man,
they also had those they also had those those painted glass
stained glass.
Thank you. Stained glass wind chimes.
Yeah.
They had a no face one of it.
Huh.
I was literally debating which one I wanted more. So I went with the hat because I know for a fact I would get more use out of it and not have to worry about it breaking. And lately people have been trying to steal this hat from me, and 9 times out of 10 they either found a binder or a chair or an inflatable baseball bat to the face. They're lucky it wasn't they're lucky it wasn't a katana, because unfortunately my broke ass can't afford one.
I actually have a katana and a kendo sword.
Yeah, I had a kendo sword and I had a katana as well.
One of these days I am going to get one. I have an assortment of hats though. I have one from my cosplay about a year ago, a Rick and Morty, and an Inuyasha one.
My dad bought me the katana because he knew I wanted one, but I had to keep it where he was living for a couple of years until I could convince my mother that no, if I was gonna stab her in her sleep, I would have done it with a kitchen knife by now. My mother passed
Yeah.
Man,
away
Makes it
several years
sharp.
ago, but my mother passed away several years ago, but that was the reason why when she was alive she wouldn't let me have a katana. It's because she was scared I was gonna kill her in her sleep, and I'm like, if I haven't killed you with a kitchen knife, Mom, I'm not gonna kill you with a katana.
yeah,
I would have been like, do you just not trust me, or do you have something against me? If so, please say it now, so that way I know, rather than sit here and assume like a jackass you're making me out to be.
yeah,
I would literally, if my own mom did that, I would. That's what I would literally say to her face. I'd be like,
Well,
I would just
eventually
say,
I was allowed to have a katana. I didn't let my mother know that the one I had
Thanks.
pretty much owned for a couple of years because my father bought it at a convention that we went to. Because my dad usually takes me to the conventions because he knows I'm not going to be like, you have to come with me while I'm on the lower part of the hotel. Because he knows that I know my way back to the room. If I need to come back, I'll be fine knowing that he's in a room somewhere. My mother would have been like, no, I'm going with you everywhere, everywhere. And this wasn't even a case of the fact that I have anxiety. This was the case that
yeah,
she didn't like the idea of me,
What are you worried about?
socializing with people who liked what I liked. I mean, she always got paranoid when I would talk to a guy that I would be acquainted with at like anime themed stores and stuff because she'd be scared he'd drag me into a van. And I'm like, Mom, he'd have to get his friends to help him drag me into a van because I am not exactly Pearl from Steven Universe.
no.
No. And the funny thing is, I took a long time ago. I took my stepdad. It was my birthday at the time. I took him. We went to the mall, and they had the anime store there, and we were just looking around. And then we went inside. He looked around, and then when we walked out, to my shock, he was like, "That's a whole different world." But hey, if that's what you like, that's what you like.
Like
That
the funny thing
That
is,
actually
I
caught me
have,
off guard.
that's why I like my dad. Dad, he's not really into anime, but he'll check some things like Dragon Ball Z out to see why I like it. He actually will cosplay as Master Roshi because he has the look pretty much. I remember Scott McNeil, he was the original Piccolo for the English dub before it moved to Funimation. And
yeah.
when Scott McNeil saw him, he said, "We found the guy for the remake of the Dragon Ball movie."
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh man, I would have killed for that recording. I would have killed for
yeah,
that. I
Yeah.
Alas,
would.
this was around the time when camera phones weren't exactly a thing. You
Well, you
know,
still have
people.
video
Yeah.
cameras.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as like a
Where
smartphone
are the
is, you know?
original VAs at? We need to get more. We need to support them a lot more because
Definitely.
Funimation ain't exactly a bag of biscuits.
I'm
yeah.
And it's
personally
getting a lot harder to
surprised.
find companies nowadays to support. It's getting a lot harder because it reminds me of the territorial days back when before WWF literally killed everybody over there. It's kind of
I'm
Yeah.
like that because we have Funimation, the WWF, and Viz Media, which is WSAW, and the other little companies are the other
are the
territories.
Mud Brothers. They're the Mud Brothers.
These exactly.
Pretty
You
much.
know what I mean by the
Where are
Mud
the
Brothers,
anime
right?
fans? We need more anime fans who are fucking multi-billionaires. We need
Yeah.
more of those who actually love anime, know the product, know what the fans like, and run their own alternative company. We need more alt companies. Now is the time.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say,
look what
Yeah.
Parlor is doing. Look what Minds is doing. What Gab is doing. We need
didn't
something like
Parlor
that.
get shut down
Yes, it did, unfortunately. But my
because
point is,
assholes couldn't accept that people didn't want to hear about their stupidity, so that's why they were going to Parlor?
That but
And
my
then they
point
actually
is we need more of that, especially in the anime community, the Marvel, the DC, whatever's left of both of those, and probably the Star Wars community, give or take. Point is, we need more alt companies.
Get rid of everyone who supports Kathleen Kennedy, and I guarantee Star Wars will start getting good again when it comes to movies.
Time will
One guy,
tell.
Pablo or whatever his name is, got upset that fans were
Pablo Hidalgo.
crying. Yeah, got upset that fans were crying at the appearance of Luke in The Mandalorian. And it's like, because this is Luke that wasn't bastardized for the newest films.
That's like if Monica came out and made fun of us fans for crying at Vic's new role when he returns as like an awesome character or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically that's just a slap in the face.
Didn't she already technically do something like that when she threw a hissy fit about the attention being on Vic for the Broly movie because he voiced Broly?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like she said that she said that in one of the videos that was not just on trying to remember the name of the YouTuber it was Super Saiyan Paul. It was Super Saiyan Paul and it was like a Dragon Ball Z YouTuber. He had a video of her saying that she was she was mad because Vic was on the cover. He was literally his name was on the cover of the Broly movie. Her name was not. But we contradicted that.
It's because it's called the Broly movie, Monica, not the Bulma movie.
Yeah, and the funny thing about this is his name was not on the cover, so we contradicted that part. And literally, she just wanted her name like underneath all the cast members like Goku, Vegeta, Broly. She wanted her name down there.
She's Bulma.
Yes.
Until Bulma becomes a Z fighter and not just the woman who nags Vegeta, she ain't shit.
Actually, I'm more terrified of Chi-Chi than Bulma. I'm more terrified of Chi-Chi. To be quite honest.
Yeah, Chi-Chi has Kyle Ken.
Let's not forget the funny recordings for DBZ. I needed a shower after listening to that.
Yes.
Especially the part with Chi-Chi talking about Gohan.
Oh my god, no.
No motherfucking thank you. Don't need that. Don't need that shit. Hatsune Miku says no need for that shit.
Oh, and then them saying that anyone who's politically incorrect are awful. They seem to forget Ghost Stories when they basically did pop culture stuff and politically incorrect stuff for the English dubbing of that anime that not only would not make sense nowadays if you weren't alive during that time period, but you're like one line where it's an episode where the younger brother of the main character is trying to train for a track run or something, and one of the characters yells, "Run like a black man's chasing you!" And I'm like, "Oh, that's bad."
Oh shit! Wow! I haven't heard.
This is how like achievement. You can't be able to say dirty jokes because it actually might offend somebody, and then like the thought police will come after you and stuff like that. And you're actually being monitored 24/7, trying to be like pure and like all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Oh god.
I'm just saying this. If you're gonna say you can't say certain things, maybe make sure you don't have something in your past that can contradict that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, look at like panty and stocking. Yeah, Monica, I see you. I see you, Monica. I see you bitching about this feminist shit. Yeah, you started a fucking anime that was so vulgar and over the top. I'm amazed.
One of the main characters goal while on Earth was to sleep with as many men as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's voiced by Jamie Markey.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she could get a gun by using. I mean, her underpants did the same thing, but she could take a guy's underpants and turn it into a gun. That one of the characters she yoinked underpants for was a bazooka because he was so well endowed. Because it depended on how endowed the guy was.
No, it's it actually happened in the anime. I'm just like,
oh my god.
Well, damn it. When are we gonna have this? It's 2021 and we don't have weaponized undergarments. That's just great. Great. Thank you, scientists. Yeah, we're still pushing all this garbage around, yet we're not focusing on the bigger picture. We don't have flying cars yet. How insulting.
The panties that turn into a gun be awesome with the battle ready armor from Kids Next Door. Or for short.
Yep.
Although guys probably wouldn't have it unless they're willing to take the embarrassment of wearing a bra.
Yeah, no guy really wants to do that. Unless
they can have the gun because you can easily translate the panties that turn into a gun thing into boxers and briefs, but
but then that
wouldn't happen.
But wouldn't that be a double barrel shotgun instead? Because if you think about it, boxers have 2 holes. So
that is true. That is very, very true. It could be a double barrel shotgun, or an AK-47, or hell, the Barrett 50 cal. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on the quantity.
Also, the only joke Vic did in Ghost Story, where he played a skeleton ghost painter, was he says, "Now purple for your hair." Yeah, we're not in an anime at all. And that was the only thing. Everything else, I watch it now, and I'm like, oh god, this is so cringe. Oh god. Did no one think?
And basically, they got away with that. And I actually saw Anime America actually cover it. And speaking of Anime America, I actually decided to actually support them by getting their little mascot, Timmy.
Oh, the guy that sounds like he smoked for 40 years.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh god,
I really like Timmy.
Hey kids, you want to new anime?
I always love the characters that have the voices that don't fit them because it's so. At first, you're surprised.
Oh, give me a script. Give me a script, and I'll do it in almost any voice. Like, oh my goodness, we have to go to the high tower because the all exalted one is waiting for us. What do you mean, the all exalted one? You mean Jesus Christ or God? Well, I'm not sure what it did specify. The letter doesn't specify how much.
I mean, like my favorite character.
I could do so much. Give me a script, and I'll do it in any of that tone. I'll just be like, well then we have to go to another fucking battle. This is just great.
My favorite character from the
remember, we have to prepare for it. Fine, we'll go prepare for it. But I want Dunkin' Donuts after this.
My favorite character.
Get the Dunkin' Donuts after. Can we just go on and get this battle over with?
Yeah, and then you feel let D&D girl talk here for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead, D&D.
I'm not trying to cut you off or anything, but basically,
no, I was done. So go ahead.
My favorite character from Venture Brothers is Dr. Girlfriend. And it's because of the voice. She's a hot woman, but then you hear her voice and you're like, At first you're like, is she transgender? And she's like, no, I'm not transgendered. It's just my voice.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Basically, she is hot, and
yeah, she is.
Yeah, basically, I just really enjoy that character.
Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. Bob's Burgers, Linda and Tina. It just works for some reason with Linda and Tina. I can't imagine them having a feminine voice for some reason.
Yeah. it like with Lumpy Space Princess, I'm like,
which is the creator pin.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like, oh my glob, drama bomb.
The only
God.
like I kind of like got like that moment where I said, yeah, I don't like say like Lumpy Space Princess anymore because she kind of took Vin's virginity.
Yeah,
I'll
that
take a
is
triple balls deluxe
that
on a
is
wrap.
a
4x4
downer. But
endless
then you
style.
look at
Extra
the
shingles with a shimmy and a squeeze. Light axle grease make it cry. Burn it and let it swim.
we serve
Thank you.
food here, sir.
Yeah.
No, my roommate wanted to know why I wanted from McDonald's, so I tell her that. And she's like, "What the hell are you on?" I'm like, "That you damn well know what I want."
But anyway, when you look at the background of the other princesses, Lumpy Space Princess and Marceline the Vampire Queen are pretty much the least horrifying. I mean, you look at
Yeah.
Bubblegum's past and find out that she decided, you know what, everyone's gonna be dumb after what my fake uncle I made did. And it's like, oh my god! Lumpy Space Princess, by comparison, is a saint!
Yeah, pretty much.
You're supposed to hate her because she's a toxic valley girl.
And not that bad. She's not that bad, but at the same time, with everybody else that is in the kingdom that are princesses, it's kind of like, how are any of your kingdoms still standing?
I mean,
big brain question.
I mean, how about the fact that she arrested the guests and the wedding party for Tree Trunks and Mr. Pig because Tree Trunks wanted the King of Ooh to marry her and Mr. Pig as opposed to Bubblegum. And it's like, damn, bitch, I don't like the King of Ooh either, but this ain't your wedding. It's theirs.
Yeah, if somebody tried to arrest me at my own wedding, I'd be like, under whose authority? Do you have any idea whose wedding this is?
If I'm getting arrested at my own wedding, at least let us get married in the cop car.
Or better yet, get married in front of a truck, or better yet, get married at the courthouse.
Police station? Yeah, that too.
And the judge be like, I hereby sentence you newlyweds.
And you're basically I'll be saying yes. And
that
am
would
I
be
free to
epic.
go? And then he'll say, "Are you free to go?" I said, "Heck no, you ain't." And then we say, "Oh, yeah."
Letting someone else join in the conversation as well. So,
though, if you look in later when the Lich gets turned into a giant baby, maybe it would have been better if Tree Trunks and Mr. Pig didn't get married because.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Matt. Because
Matt, what's up?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just dropped off my little brother to work. Work and all that.
But just before Finn knocks on the door.
Work and all that.
But just before Finn knocks on the door, leaving Giant Lich Baby. That's what I'm gonna call him, Giant Lich Baby. Baby, you hear Tree Trunk saying, "I think we should get a knock, knock, knock." A baby. This changes everything, and it's like, wait. If this baby hadn't shown up, you were gonna still divorce him?
Oh my god!
Really?
Oh shit! That was wow.
And I know we can't exactly have Tree Trunks and Mr. Pig consummating. Besides the fact kids show, you then gotta wonder what would a kid between a pig and a little green elephant would look like. But it's basically the thing of people who have a baby hoping that'll fix the marriage.
Yeah, like that actually happened.
And all you're doing is bringing a child who's not going to be able to understand why mommy and daddy are treating each other like shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
absolutely. Anyway, guys, I better get going. I will see you all later, though.
See you around, Anime Night.
See
All
ya.
right.
Bye, Matt. We'll talk again soon, guys. I figure I'd
Be
just stop
safe.
by and have a little fun here. But anyway, guys, I will see you all later. Mr. Anime, I will talk to you later.
Be safe,
Sure,
my
man.
man.
I
See ya,
will.
man. Stay healthy.
So, what exactly did I miss?
A lot.
We talked about
Yeah,
Big Mouth.
basically, it was. Yeah, go ahead.
We talked about female characters that have male sounding voices, but it just seems to work.
Yeah, and I started off the freaking stream here about the toxicity of VTubing, and how there's this little quarrel between Woo Lad and Hero Hey. I mean, basically, I'm actually more on the Hero Hey side of the spectrum here, because apparently Woohoo Lad doesn't understand that basically what he's doing. He actually made this video, and I'll actually have to share this to you guys. You know, I think I've already might have actually kind of done a coverage of this. I mean, I'll actually have to find it, and I'll actually have to share it with you guys. And also, I actually shared my thoughts on it, and basically, it's all just drama for drama's sake. I just find it completely stupid.
Basically, a case of no matter what you do, these assholes are never happy.
Of course, these assholes are never fucking happy. They're fucking SJWs, man.
Oh, and then if a company realizes, well, apparently the SJW aren't going to be buying our shit, we should, stick with what does sell. The SJWs get pissy about that. Anyone remember the Sonic movie where the SJWs were pissy about the design being changed to actually look like Sonic and not a horrible abomination?
Lovecraft style.
To be honest, I wasn't going to see the movie anyway, but I decided to show Paramount my support for them basically being like, let's listen to the fans since they're the one who's going to see this. And I was surprised how good the movie was.
Yeah. Not to mention it's got Jim Carrey. Granted, Jim Carrey has gone way off the deep end with his beliefs and all, but still, Jim Carrey.
I am going to be very disappointed if the sequel to the Sonic movie is not around Christmas, considering Eggman says, I'll be home by Christmas. And I'm like, if it's not around Christmas, I am going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
I just hope it does, because basically I love the first movie as well. I mean, basically, it's just so freaking wholesome. And that's what we need. It's good, wholesome movies.
That's what we need right now.
I found that scene on how Sonic got his shoes adorable. Here's some shoes for you. And it's like, oh my God, someone help that little girl. That is so precious.
Yeah. And the fact that she was singing the Sonic X theme song, I was like, oh my God, thank you. I that's all I needed. The childhood came back.
I did find her mom funny, though. Like, you can leave him and no one will blame you.
Oh my God, like really?
I also love the scene of, do you have a child in your bag? No, well, yes. And it's like,
They would have freaked out. They would have freaked out if they saw Sonic, though.
What I don't get is, why not just hold Sonic and tell him to pretend to be a stuffed toy or something?
Yeah, but Sonic's not gonna want to stay still like this.
Basically, he's an ADH kid on coffee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, that's Sonic for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much Sonic. I can't wait for Tails, though. I'm gonna be so hyped because now we have that little brother figure.
Definitely.
I love an idea that me and a friend who likes doing fan fictions came up with, where Anyone know Undertale before I continue?
Don't
Yes.
care about Undertale, to be honest. I do like Zero Ranger, though.
Well, we came up with this idea where instead of ending up in Hill Valley or Green Valley, whatever it's called in the Sonic movie, it's been a while since I've watched, but we came up
Green
with this
Hills.
thing.
Yeah,
Green
Green Hill
Hills.
Zone.
Green Hill Zone.
Where instead of ending up in Green Hills, he somehow ends up in the underground, and Toriel decides to adopt him and raise him as her son. Thus, when Frisk shows up, she's not so reluctant to let Frisk go through the door because Sonic will make sure Frisk is okay.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting, though. I mean, I definitely would like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what we see at the beginning is Sonic pretty much sees his mother figure supposedly die. She might still be alive. We don't know until we get confirmation. But basically, imagine this little child hedgehog crying after seeing what he thinks is his mother figure dying. And then here comes another mother figure who sees a child in need and takes him as her child. You can't tell me that wouldn't be adorable.
Exactly.
Of course it would be.
I mean, basically, I've been watching freaking people play Undertale, and I actually really want to try it for myself, you know?
I have played the game, but I haven't done the genocide route because I love the characters too much that I don't want to 100% it because that would involve me killing them.
Yeah, in fact, I want to play the fastest route because basically, I actually would love to actually just like have like Toriel be like the mom figure and Asgore be the dad, and like and just like meet especially like Sans and Papyrus. I mean, basically, I love the Skeleton Brothers, and like Nuxanor, he's actually like the he's like the incarnation of freaking Sans.
Yeah. Yeah, like the big thing that I have about it is it's really weird. It's seriously really weird how there is 3 routes actually. There is the pacifist route, there is the genocide route, and then there's the fallen angel route. Like
the fallen angel, I know there's a neutral route.
Yeah, that's literally what they call it. It's called the fallen angel.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, like that.
I was always told it was the neutral route, so.
I really don't care too much about Undertale. I'm more of a Xenogears kind of guy. Notice the bitch avatar.
Yeah, I'm more Xenoverse.
Oh no, Matt's that guy who's like, I don't like this, but I'm scared to say something.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect people who play Undertale.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me, really. I mean,
oh no,
I'm more of an old school JRPG kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Dragon Quest, of course.
If you say Riddy City,
don't even get me started
City.
on the epicness that is Xenogears, guys.
Yeah, like
again, notice the bitch and id avatar.
Honestly, I am a huge person that loves River City Ransom. That
River City Ransom, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The only River City game I tried was River City Girls, which is kind of like
a yes, same.
The only problem I have with Undertale is because Toby Fox is friends with Andrew Hussey. It's hard to find people who aren't also Homestuck fans. Because I got like 3 chapters in before I'm like, okay, I've reached my limit. I can't go further with Homestuck. It's so tedious and boring, and it's like, oh my god, can we just get to the big stuff already? I don't care if someone likes the taste of color red.
Yeah, it's funny how that is so like nasty, so like so emo, but when it comes down to like stuff like Harry Stickmin, it was a financial success.
Henry Stickmin.
Hey, knock it
Yeah.
off.
Because in all fairness, I remember before the Henry Stickmin games were an option to buy. I used to play them on Newgrounds.
Yeah, same. I'm that old.
And I don't care what anyone says. I wept when Charles died in that
Yeah,
one
same.
game.
Everybody did. Trust me. A lot of people cried when Charles died. We consider that the real ending.
I actually like this joke that someone did using a Vine thing, where where you have Henry's face on one guy. He's like, if you need to talk to someone, and then you got Charles saying, I don't. And he's like, but if you need to, I know. And then you have Ellie in the background saying, I'm depressed. We know. I don't get the hate for Ellie. I like Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie was good, but the only reason why people hate her is when you leave her, she ends up like betraying you and going with the hat gang.
Gee, it's almost as if maybe you shouldn't leave her when she helped you.
Are we talking about Ellie from Xenogears or?
Ellie
Ellie from
from
Henry Stickmin.
Harry Stickmin.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
have the option to either help her up into the vents with you to escape or leave her behind. And then you see a thing if you leave her behind saying Ellie will remember that, a reference to Telltale games.
Yeah.
Which those are bullshit because your choices will decide the game, and then you get choices like Lee from The Walking Dead still fucking dying.
I
It's
actually
like,
had a
what
telemarketer
was
calling.
even the huh?
All right.
And
Sorry
then
about
it's
that.
like,
I just had a telemarketer try calling me, but I just decided to actually just let it. I just
Telemarketer.
decided to ignore it.
but it's like, what's even the point of giving me the choice to cut Lee's off to try and prevent him from turning if he's still gonna end up dying? It's like, it's not a choice, it's just two ways for me to have my soul crushed. Because if you don't cut his arm off, he's gonna turn because he was bit. But if you cut his arm off, he dies and still turns because now he died instead of being bit.
Well, you get two choices of how you want to kill this dude. So,
I
oh
felt
man.
so bad for Clementine. I'm like, no, Lee is her father figure now. You can't do this to poor Clementine.
Well, we all got to make sacrifices.
Oh, and then the second season, or the sequel as I call it, where what I forget the character's name because again, it's been a while since I've played, but you have this option of saving a girl that's the same age as Clementine from being killed in a trailer, but then next scene she falls and dies. So it
Oh
basically
yeah.
becomes a case of, why the fuck am I risking my ass possibly to get chomped on by the dead for a girl who's gonna die anyway? I might as well just leave her behind.
So literally, they just pulled a trying to remember Until Dawn. Like literally, they pulled a Until Dawn on you.
Yeah.
I
And
hate it when choices don't matter.
and then there
Yeah.
was and then there's the beginning of the sequel where there's a dog that comes up to you, and because Clem is still at that age where she doesn't realize maybe trying to take a can of beans back from a dog that's probably been starving for days is probably not a good idea, thus she gets bit by the dog. She accidentally throws the dog into some rebarb, impaling him. And my surprise, because they'll show you how many people chose whatever choice at the end of the thing. My surprise at how many people chose to leave the dog to suffer, whereas me and a couple other people are like, oh God, I can't leave this poor thing. I gotta mercy kill it and shoot it. And it's like, why would you leave this poor dog? His only crime was that he was hungry and that he didn't realize Clementine could be his best friend. Because Clementine was a stranger to him.
Yep.
And I can't believe people wouldn't put the poor dog out of its misery, because the minute Clementine manages to kick him over, you start hearing whimpering because he gets impaled on rebar, and it's like, oh my God. I know it's the zombie apocalypse, but why would you put that in this game?
Yeah, because they're trying to show you the darker side. Like in the comics, it's way darker. Like the TV show, it's light compared to the comics.
Huh.
Like trust me. Yeah, trust me. I've read the comics for The Walking Dead, and I'm like, how is this more dark?
Technical difficulties again.
Like,
but still, go ahead.
The one thing I liked about The Walking Dead is they actually had children die. That was something I didn't like about Dead Island, I think it was people complained about the ad where the little girl turned, and it's like, well, like it or not, the world ain't sunshine and rainbows. Kids die all the time.
Yep.
Of course the world ain't sunshine and rainbows. Why do you think we have a Democrat for a fucking president now?
Yeah.
I mean, cancer is a thing, so if the zombie apocalypse were to happen, this would be realistic that kids would die. I'm sorry. I would not like kids to die either, but this is unfortunately the reality. So trying to basically make it seem like kids wouldn't turn in video game versions of the world is stupid.
Oh, Mega Katana's here. It says, "Sup, my dudes? I'm fine, and I'm pissed off at these grifters." Yeah, I know how you feel, dude. I mean, basically,
okay, dude.
Yeah.
Grifters? What grifters?
Basically, he actually makes a reference to, like, all these, like, these SJWs and stuff like that, but we call them the Phantom Audience. Because apparently, these people don't actually freaking, buy the products that we like and enjoy, but instead they actually act like, they're like, they're the voice for us, the fans.
Yeah,
again,
basically,
that's why I call them. Just call them grifters, man.
Then you get companies like Disney, like, why isn't anyone buying this? We listen to them, and it's like, no, you listen to the people who are bitching. We who were like, look, we like it the way it is, are the ones you should have listened to.
Well, I call the SJWs the now version of Black Troopers, or the anti-stormtroopers.
Do their shots always miss?
I actually saw a joke on Facebook a couple years back when I still used Facebook, where it shows a stormtrooper firing at a red shirt from Star Trek. It says the stormtrooper fires at a red shirt, misses every shot, the red shirt still dies. Because that's the joke with Star Trek, that if you're wearing a red shirt, unless you're Scotty, you're gonna die.
I'm just waiting for Disney to actually have a live action version of Bucky O'Hare. I'm not even lying about that. Like, they have literally their own little Guardians of the Galaxy if they want to make it ever. If they ever want to make it,
I'm not really stoked for the idea of Disney doing Bucky O'Hare. I mean, this is Disney, for crying out loud, man.
I mean,
look at Mandalorian though. Like, man,
live action.
Yeah, but that was good in spite of Disney, not because of it.
Oh, true.
Their live action remake that they've had to postpone because of the pandemic.
True.
Now, I have no problem with who they cast for Ariel. It's the fact that she doesn't have red hair. We only have
Yeah.
so many red hair characters. Stop taking the red hair characters from us.
Yeah.
And you have redhead.
I
Plus,
love
you have
these
redheads.
redheaded bitches, man.
Yeah.
I'm so
Didn't some-
tired of people saying, "Oh, the only reason you don't like it is because she's black," and I'm like, "No, I don't like it because Ariel's like one of 2 redheads we got."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not to mention my wife, who is fucking Kasumi from Dead or Alive and Ellie from Xenogears, man.
A man of culture.
Damn straight.
I mean that was the joke someone did when they were doing the Disney princesses as various forms of the Doctor from Doctor Who. They decided to have Capaldi be Ariel just so whoever, because I forget who was who, but just so the princesses who were 10 and 11 were like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We wanted to be Ginger for so long, and it's you who gets the red hair."
Well, anyway, guys, I'm just gonna call it good for right now. So, but if you guys actually like to say anything, like any final words or anything like that before I end the stream, now'd be a good time.
Eat the woke.
See you later, newbies.
I said eat
Not
the
be
woke.
the woke.
Eat the woke. Eat the woke because they'll be of use for once.
All right. Well, it's actually been good having you guys on, and as always, just remember these 3 things, guys: respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, anime is freedom, and until the next one, this is Mr. Enemy 343 saying, sayonara, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Later, bitches.
See ya.
Later.